Greetings everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Gotta say, I'm super pumped right now. We have ventured out of the Chicagoland area and out of Illinois for that matter, in the great state of Texas, visiting family on this week here, and decided to take this opportunity to visit a place I've wanted to come to for a long time, and that is the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum here in Grand Prairie, Texas. You can probably hear the traffic along the highway here. It's right next to Interstate 30, so I'll try and speak up as loud as I can so you can hear me. But wearing my Dallas Cowboys t-shirt for the occasion of being in Texas. The Bears hat's gonna stay though. That's not going anywhere. So like I said, super pumped and excited. Take you inside here and show you around. Now, this is my first time visiting a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. I hope to visit quite a few more before this YouTube journey is over. I know there's one in the Wisconsin Dells. That's the nearest one to my house, but since I'm visiting family here in Texas, I thought let's give this one a try first and see how it goes. So hope it does go well. Metal Tyrannosaurus Rex. Favorite dinosaur to learn about growing up as a kid. I believe this here is a Stegosaurus and a Triceratops. And also right out front here we got a giant barbed wire ball. Giant redwood tree. Taller than the old space shuttle. Amazing. First in the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, and then later on we're going to head over to Wax Museum. And from what I've seen from other YouTubers who profile these places, is Ripley's Believe It or Not museums would not be complete without a shrunken head. Genuine European shrunken head here. Marlboro, The Lost Voyage of the Skeletons. One thing I forgot to do is bring my cash with me. Otherwise I would get one of these souvenir pennies that I guess are sold at every Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. A little bit of history from back near my home. This is a fossilized whale vertebrae. It says here it was found in the Fox River in Illinois, which if you've seen my previous videos, you know I live very close to the Fox River. This was found despite nearly being 1,000 miles from the nearest ocean. So this bone's supposed to be over 50,000 years old. The very first shipboard cannon to be cast of steel. Are you a little guppy or a big tuna? Well, let's find out, shall we? Smell blood in the water from, let's say, sea. That's correct. Age 13 was attacked by a shark while surfing, yet the teenager took part in a surfing competition just 10 minutes after losing her, let's see, left arm. This porcupine fish looks like something out of Finding Nemo. Looks like like they go down into the far depths of the ocean. This would be something you would find down there. Robert Wadlow, who was actually from downstate Illinois. Alton he was from, just near St. Louis, Missouri. When he died at 22, he was 8'11". So I'm a little over 6 feet. Mr. Wadlow goes up almost another 2 feet there. Actually, almost 3 feet. Dr. Hudson, once known as the world's heaviest man, weighing at nearly 1,400 pounds. Princess Kate Middleton, in a portrait made of junk. Closer, you can see that there's buttons and a whole assortment of stuff here. It's pretty cool here. You get a view of the Mona Lisa on this rug. A couple of pictures made entirely of duct tape. You got Ellen DeGeneres here. John F. Kennedy here. I am continuing to kick myself from not remembering to bring cash because I really wanted to do Zoltar. I'm going to have to check this out before we leave. A Jeep covered in hundreds of decals. This to raise money to build orphanages. A man and his wife and their young daughter. These are some of the artifacts that they found along the way.
Robert L. Ripley lived the most remarkable and fascinating life. He was a cartoonist, explorer, reporter, adventurer, and collector. The modern Marco Polo, visiting over 200 countries before the existence of jumbo jets, finding the most bizarre people, places, and things long before YouTube or the internet. The first Believe It or Not cartoon was published on December 19th, 1918. At its peak, the Believe It or Not cartoon was read by over 80 million people a day in over 360 newspapers in 42 countries and in 17 languages. Ripley was fascinated by primitive cultures, and he traveled to the most remote corners of the world to find his Believe It or Not stories. He opened numerous auditoriums to display his collection. Ripley's first Believe It or Not book was published in 1929, and a hugely successful radio show followed. Ripley was the first to broadcast from underground and from underwater, and to every country in the world simultaneously.
Bust of Robert Ripley, created by a blind artist in 1937.
Ripley was fascinated by primitive cultures, and he traveled to the most remote corners of the world.
Here's a vest made entirely of human hair.
Robert Ripley, an artist.
Pluck the jewel from the eye socket of the skull of King Solomon if you can. Oh. There's the god Anubis made entirely of car parts. Those of you that watch Stargate SG-1, which I'm a huge fan of, you know who this is. Fire walking. Holy men of Fiji and Sri Lanka have the power to walk unharmed across hot coals. Can you? Let's see. My sandals on, but I'll give it a try. Guess I made it. Going through the black hole here. Crazy going through that black hole just now really messes with your inner ear. I felt completely lightheaded and unbalanced, like I was ready to fall over every time I walk in there. I had to actually went and gave it another try off camera just to see what that was like again. It was a very weird feeling. One more time into the black hole for good measure. Oh, the disoriented feeling is back. It's Andre 3000 sings along. of Texas made of rattlesnakes and rattlers. It's amazing here, a picture of the Duke, John Wayne, made entirely of clothing lint. Sammy Davis Jr. sculpture made entirely out of paper. John Lennon made out of cassette tape here. And good old Honest Abe Lincoln made out of junk mail. Toilet paper wedding dress. Crooked house made out of over 300,000 matchsticks. I'd say this museum has lived up to my expectations. It's amazing the stuff you're able to find here. Portrait of Sophia Loren. Those of you that have seen Grumpy Old Men remember who this is. And the significance of this painting, it was created in front of a live audience, set to music in less than 5 minutes. An amazing moving sound machine. It's the sound of an airplane there. See it on there? This here, you have to loop this along the entire wire without it touching. Yep. Nope. We're good. Wow, I thought this was an interesting fact here. I happen to love the Indy 500, so found this to be very interesting. There's the Jeep I was telling you about earlier, and that family that was going around raising money for orphanages. You can see it's filled with stickers of places they visited. Heading into the Wax Museum now. Statue of Bill Gates. Taylor Swift. My guy, Morgan Freeman. One of my favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption. Absolutely love his performance in that film. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air himself, Will Smith. And Tyrion Lannister, the imp himself. Peter Dinklage. All of our presidents here. General Washington. That's John Adams here, and up over here, that's his son, John Quincy Adams. Colonel Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. There's Honest Abe again, and General Grant. Grover Cleveland, who is the only president to serve 2 separate stints as President of the United States, the 22nd and the 24th president. World War II era presidents, FDR, Harry Truman, General Dwight D. Eisenhower, JFK himself, Tricky Dick, Richard M. Nixon, LBJ, Lyndon Johnson, Gerald Ford and Jimmy Carter, who was president on the day I was born, Reagan, Bush and Bush, Clinton, Trump, and Obama.
I am not a crook.
Justin Timberlake, who's a regular on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon. Now, I've never been the biggest Harry Potter fan. It's okay, I'm just more of a Star Wars person myself, but I am familiar with the actual actual storyline. Hermione Granger, Harry Potter, Ron Weasley. Entering the Wizard of Oz room now in the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. And there they are. Cowardly Lion, Dorothy, Tin Man, and Scarecrow. And I neglected to mention her dog Toto. Wicked Witch of the West. Road to freedom by the rule of law. Here's Stonewall Jackson, Jefferson Davis, the one and only president of the Confederacy, Robert E. Lee, Ulysses S. Grant, Abe Lincoln, reading the Emancipation Proclamation, and Martin Luther King Jr. and his I Have a Dream speech. Across the Duke again, this time in wax sculpture form. Entering the western frontier portion of this journey through the Wax Museum. Outlaw Jesse James, Annie Oakley and Billy the Kid. Here's Wyatt Earp. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the movie Tombstone because I'm just not seeing the resemblance here. I'm not sure Kurt Russell really looks that much like the real Wyatt Earp. I don't know, I may be mistaken. Billy the Kid's actual gun here. Wild Bill Hickok. Actually was born not too far from where I live, so thinking about doing another video profiling his birthplace. Johnny Cash, the Man in Black. Sylvester Stallone in his Rocky getup. 3 stages of Michael Jackson. Late 80s, early 90s versions of Batman characters. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Jim Carrey's Riddler. Looks to be either Michael Keaton or Val Kilmer era Batman. And Jack Nicholson's Joker.
They will show mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
There's the Sermon on the Mount. Portrait of the Last Supper made entirely of stamps. That's what I'm talking about. Rey and her lightsaber. And John Boyega is Finn from the last Star Wars trilogy. And my guy, Mr. Walt Disney, looking quite dapper here. Going through this flashing light here. This must be Dr. Frankenstein. Predator and Alien. Now, Predator and Alien, that's definitely my cup of tea. Love the sci-fi genre. Never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I do know who Leatherface is. Stopped off here at Whataburger, which is a Texas institution. Get some lunch now. While I'm waiting for my burger, I do want to point out that they have their own line of ketchup dipping sauce, which I use every single time I come here. They also have the spicy ketchup as well. And as Anthony Bourdain would say, classic combo right here. Got the double cheeseburger with fries. Same order I get every single time. Well, that's going to do it for today's video from Grand Prairie, Texas, and the Ripley's Believe It or Not Oddities Museum. Like I said in my intro, I'm hoping to do a few more of these oddity type places. I've got a lot of interests, and these types of museums have a lot of different aspects to them, which I really enjoyed about it. You know, they talk about religious things. There's superheroes. There's you know, there was a couple Star Wars wax figures in there. You know, just learning about Robert Ripley and the world travels that he went on. Yeah, it's definitely something it piques my interest in a lot of areas. So I think this channel is going to see a little bit more of that going forward. So hope you enjoyed coming along on the ride with me. As a reminder to please remember to subscribe and like my videos. I sure would appreciate it. Again, hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you in the next video.